What is going on YouTube? Welcome back. It's a new day, it's a new video, and it's so great to see all of you guys once again. I got out of the gym today, classic winter day, right? Cold, wet, groggy, and I was like, fuck, I could really go for a piece of baked dough that's just gonna warm me from the inside out. If you don't live close to a mean bakery, no worries, you can follow this recipe and you can make what I'm gonna be making today, which is scrolls, and that shit is a godsend for days like these. We don't really have much wind, but it's looking like a southerly because it's definitely chilly, but that's right. Nonetheless, I got some leftover pizza stuff and we're gonna be making pizza scrolls. Man, that pizza scrolls my absolute favorite. I remember playing sports on Saturday mornings, cold, right? Just fucking cold. It's a scroll or a pizza bread. Those were the two massive, like, just carby things that I'll be eating on those sports days, on Saturdays. And whether you're winning or losing, or you feel like shit, or you're real happy, something like that, a good bread, always just puts you in a better mood, eh? Once it's like lunchtime or break time or like little intermission, bro, most of the time I don't want to keep playing. I can't be bothered. No one can be bothered at that point, eh? But you have one of those and all your energy just gets insane there. We're just going to go straight into the recipe, kick back, relax, and watch how I make my pizza scrolls. Okay, we're moving rapid because there's no time to waste. I want my delicious bread. I've got 2 cups of room temperature milk, body temperature milk. Put your finger in, it should feel exactly the same. We're gonna go a tablespoon of yeast. And since this is a savory bread, I'm not gonna add that much sugar. Just a tablespoon. Give that a mix around. And we're just leaving this to the side for 5-10 minutes until we see some foam on top. We need to get a little bit of fat in this dough. So I have a little mini food processor, but if you have a big one, you can do this all in one go. And I'm adding butter into it. I'm gonna blitz this up, and then we're gonna get, what the hell? We're gonna get butter. We're gonna blitz this up, and then it's gonna be butter all throughout our dough. Butter's always gonna enhance the flavor. The only thing is the butter's gotta be cold, eh? So you can chuck that back in to the rest of the dry ingredients, and then chuck that in the mixing bowl, and then incorporate it. And then that's all our flour done. Froth, froth, froth. And just like every kind of liquid that I mix in my mixer, I go half at a time. After about 10 minutes, we're done. It's got some good strength to it. Elastic, delicious. So yeah, if you're dairy free or you just want to use water or anything like that, I think traditionally these pizza scones, no, was it pizza scrolls? You know, it's bread, bro. It's bread. You know, I added butter and milk in mine to make it a little bit more dense, a little bit more calorie friendly. And this is a real good tip if you have kids that don't eat. If they don't eat a lot and they're not getting enough nutrients, you can see they're a little bit underweight. You just make whatever you make, what they like. You make what they like, but you make it a little bit more calorie dense. Milk's real good for kids, as well as butter, you know? Add a little bit of fat to that. And if you're doing it with water, you can add water, make it a little bit more like a pizza dough style, so water, olive oil. But essentially, whatever you use, we're gonna roll this into a ball. Just like that. Super smooth. It goes into the bowl. Damn tea towel, shout out to the baking supply lady, and then play goes on top. So this is my setup when I rest almost everything. Got my mixing bowl, damn tea towel so the dough doesn't dry out, and then some weight on top. And then that's it. Depending on how hot your house is, or warm or cold, will depend on the proofing time. I think it's about 5-6 degrees today. And I'm gonna leave the house, I'm gonna get some KFC. So if you have a warm house, proofing time will take 45 minutes, an hour. If you have a cold house, probably 2 hours. Or you can just chuck it in the fridge and then bake it the next day. And we'll just do a slow rise. After what feels like a couple hours, is what we're looking like. Super puffy, feels like a tit. Next step, punch the air out. Yeah. Just give it the lightest dusting of flour. And then spread that around. We're just clearing up any wet spots. Wet is bad and too much flour is bad too. Try that guy on. Rolling pin gets a little bit of flour. And we're rolling this probably a quarter of a fingernail thick. Here's the final rectangle before we're done. More like a square now, eh? But you can see how big it is. Super thin, got a nice border. Piece of sauce. And it truly depends how much sauce you like on it. So this is my main protein. This is just ham. I don't have anything else, so that's what we're going to be working with. I have basil leftover and pineapple leftover. So I'm going to go for a fresh savory vibe on one side and then a sweet savory vibe on the other. And guys, feel free to top with whatever you like, however you like it, whatever flavors that you want to try. Because no matter what, you got to try what you like. If you don't know what you like, try different things. If you do know what you like, add that. If I had more, I would add more. Unfortunately, I don't. But that's all good. You can clearly see basil, pineapple. And then here's like a little neutral zone. This is Switzerland. With ham being the only protein choice, we can just go crazy with it. You know, don't have to worry about it. You're just chucking it on. With all of my recipes, I love absolutely stacking the f up out of the protein. And if you don't know, now you know. If you're making this at home, always stack up the protein. You'll just be happier that way. I got some barbecue sauce left over from a PR package I got. It's a bit thick, so don't even worry about it. Some mozzarella cheese. Just look how much there is, like nothing. You know, if it needs to be used, use it. You know, pineapple needs to be used, basil needs to be used, the sauce needs to be used. And then this is my main cheese. So this is Tasty cheese mixed with Colby. Tasty being the sharp variation, and then Colby being the easy melting variation. And I spread that over. Don't skimp on the cheese. Never skimp on the cheese, alright? I don't know how much I'm using. If you want the measurements, chuck in the comments. And then I'll chuck in the description for you guys. You can see, not silly about it. It's absolutely stacked the fuck up, which is what I want. You know, I'm not an 8-year-old kid, so I need some substance in my scrolls, okay? You know, I can say take your time with this step, but it's really up to you if you do want to take your time. But the only thing I'm looking for is making sure we go up the border. If we don't go up the border and it gets rolled, you're gonna have uneven scrolls. I'm pretty sure scrolls is like a superfood or something. I read it the other day. Scrolls, New Zealand and Australia's superfood. I don't see, no one really makes them anymore. Don't really hear many people talking about them. It's unfortunate because they're missing out on superfood. They're coming to the end. I'm just pulling everything in. Everything looks pretty good. You can see that side's clean, this side's not. If you've overfilled it like me, don't worry. You just pull the dough slightly. You're doing a little bit of surgery. And so we're gonna roll this side, the clean side, roll. And then roll. And then the unclean side, we're pulling that towards us. So now our seam is on top. Because everything's already rolled, right? Everything's already rolled. Floss gives the cleanest cuts. And that's one pizza scroll. Scroll check. You can see most of them turned out pretty damn good. Got 12 here. Got another 2 in the other tray. Look how absolutely jam-packed they are. But you can see, have a look at that one. That one's like a Hawaiian one. I'm gonna cover them, wait 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then they're ready to bake, because how can you take over the world on an empty stomach? 45 minutes are done. You can have a look. Soft, puffy, delicious. Ideally you want all of them to touch, just so they keep their shape and they don't collapse like this one. But it is what it is. I've just got some milk, I'm gonna brush it on top. To be honest, if you guys get upset about the shape or anything like that, have a look at my Vegemite scroll video, and then I'll show you in that video how to get the perfect shape. To be honest, there's always gonna be more dubs than L's. So that's all you just gotta worry about. That's all you gotta think about. These going in the oven, 180 Celsius for, say, like 20 minutes. And then I'll come back. See you later. My entire house smells so fucking delicious. I was supposed to get KFC today, but I didn't end up doing that because we have these delicious pizza scrolls to be working with. Oh, these ones came out beautiful. Look at that, fat as f. Okay, enough is enough. I'm absolutely starving. This is exactly what I needed today. This came out so beautiful. Look, you can fucking frisbee it around. Sturdy as. Not all of them have turned out like this. Here's another real good one. It's got quite a lot of caramelization on the sides and that. Oh, beautiful. This is the basil one. You can really smell the freshness. Shout out to everyone that's supporting the YouTube channel. We're gonna break bread together, alright? No way, no way. Here's a close-up of the bread. You can see the sauce is there. There's the actual crumb. Soft, super soft. Next level soft. And it just dissipates, leaving just a wholesome interaction. Shout out to bread, man. Big shout out to bread. Here's the Hawaiian scroll. Way more saucy. Have a look at that. Super stacked. That is so fucking good. Scrolls are one of those really low maintenance things that whatever is your lifestyle, whatever you can afford, like no one's gonna care. Bread is bread, toppings is toppings, fillings are fillings. They're my favorite looking one. You got sauce, ham, basil, sauce, ham, basil, sauce, ham, basil. Alright, you get the gist. Caramelization on the bottom, bro. Alright. Shout out to my lovers. Yum, this is my favorite one. I just love how the basil just gives you like just that oomph. I'm going way too feral on these ones, eh? So I'm gonna leave you right there. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Big shout out to you supporting the YouTube channel. If you want to see something that I haven't cooked up yet, hit me on Instagram or chuck in the comments. I'll see all of you guys on the next one.